What is going down, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. 49ers are NFC champions, and we are going to the Super Bowl. If you guys did not see my post-game video on the 49ers-Packers NFC Championship game, go watch that. Did a little post-game reaction video. There was like 2 minutes left when I was making the video in the game. So I was kind of, I didn't even really know what that video was. I just wanted to put it out there. It was just kind of my reaction. I wanted to scream so bad yesterday, but there's people in my house that were sleeping, and I didn't want to wake everybody up. So I ended up going to my friend's house after I made that video and let out a bunch of the stuff I needed to. So, it took a minute for this win to kind of sink in, simply for the fact that it's been since 2013, to be exact, since the 49ers have been in the playoffs. So getting in the playoffs was obviously the first goal for this season, and we executed that to the fullest. Got into playoffs, not only got into the playoffs, but got in as 1 seed. To get that first round bye, it was crucial. Not only just for us as a team and just for the situation, but for the players. Emmanuel Sanders was traded from Denver to the 49ers back in, when was that? Back in October, I believe. Yeah, back in October. And the way he was traded, he didn't have a bye week. And for Emmanuel Sanders to get that bye week, for the first round bye, I mean, that was his first bye week of this season, was the 49ers' first round bye in the playoffs. He didn't get a bye week because of the way the schedules were set up between San Francisco and Denver. Denver didn't have their bye week until after Emmanuel Sanders was traded, and the 49ers had already had their bye week when Emmanuel Sanders came to San Francisco. So the way that was set up, Emmanuel Sanders did not get a bye week. So for us to get the first round bye, go to Levi's and absolutely dominate against the Vikings was insane. And then not only dominate against the Vikings, but how dominant we were last night against the Packers from start to finish. It was a 49ers W written all over it, and the Packers just aren't as good as we are. And as I've been saying since about week 5, the 49ers are a legit team. They are the best team in the NFC, and nothing has changed since week 5. After we beat the Browns, that was kind of the determining game. I was like, okay, we beat the Browns. Yes, the Browns really weren't good that year, but this was week 5 at the time. I believe the Browns were like 2-2 coming in to play the 49ers that were 4-0. So that was really like a testing game. That was kind of like one of the teams that the 49ers needed to play to see if they were real or not. And we did, and we beat them 31-3 on Monday Night Football. Absolutely slaughterhouse. And people continued to doubt us. People continued to say that the Saints were the better team. People continued to say that we were going to get beat by the Vikings in the divisional round. Kirk Cousins were going to come into Santa Clara and beat us. And we also continued to hear talks about how Packers, were going to beat the 49ers. Now, there's a lot of analysts that ended up picking the 49ers to win this game. But prior to this, I've seen analysts that picked the Packers. You can't count out Aaron Rodgers. This is a redemption match. The 49ers passed him in the 2005 draft. He's going to have that in the back of his mind. I get all that. I've thought of that, but not one time did that affect me changing my decision of us winning this game. I just knew we were going to. I knew we were the better team, and we did it, man. We got it. We are heading to Miami for Super Bowl 54. It's sank in a little bit, but it still hasn't fully sank in, and I don't think it's going to for a very long time. Because, for total on this season, we went 15-3 in the regular season and including games in the playoffs. 15-3. So out of 18 NFL games that the 49ers played in this season, we won 15 of those games. That is insane. 3 of those losses obviously came to the Falcons, came to the Falcons, came to the Seahawks, and obviously we got beat by the Ravens on that last-second field goal by Justin Tucker. But it doesn't matter, man, because all those three teams we got beat by are out, and this Super Bowl is the Super Bowl I wanted, and this is going to be a dogfight of a Super Bowl. I'm glad to see that there's no other team, or there's other teams in it than New England, because San Francisco obviously hasn't went to a championship since 2012. It's been forever since Kansas City's went. The 49ers haven't even won one, since 1994, I think was the last time we won it, or 1995. It's a surreal feeling. Like I said, it still really hasn't fully sank in, but I've been spending my last 16 hours since the game's passed just scrolling on Instagram, looking at 49ers, locker room celebrations, just reading up on how we dominated the Packers. That's really what I've been doing. My attention is fully set on this 49ers team because we are going to Miami for Super Bowl 54. I actually have to do some schoolwork, and it's currently 1 o'clock. But I just haven't. I've been watching First Take. I've been watching Good Morning Football. I kind of see what they're saying about it. It's been a hell of a victory Monday already. A hell of a victory Monday, and we're going to Miami for Super Bowl 54 to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in what will be a dogfight. But as for the game, if there's an MVP of this game, and if I have to give, the game balls out, on the offensive side, it's got to go to Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert absolutely dominated this game. From running from the first quarter, running to the fourth quarter. He literally took over this game himself. 29 carries, 220 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He had an average of 7.5 yards on each carry. Phenomenal. Garoppolo 6 of 8, 77 yards. He didn't need to do much. Debo 2 catches for 46 yards. Kittle had a catch for 19 yards. Leading tacklers, K'Wan Williams led the team in tackles yesterday with 7. Kowalski Tart came second with Dre Greenlaw tied for second with 5 tackles. And Emmanuel Moseley was the 4th leading tackler on the team. What did I tell you guys when I made a video on Ahkello Witherspoon being benched? I said Emmanuel Moseley was more physical. He's got better hand-eye coordination. That literally proved. He picked off Aaron Rodgers in that game. He made numerous amount of tackles. I love Emmanuel Moseley. Keep him in the starting corner. I don't want Ahkello Witherspoon to see another snap until next season, if he even does see another snap. Emmanuel Moseley is clearly the better corner in Ahkello Witherspoon versus Emmanuel Moseley. I'm taking Emmanuel Moseley every day. I got my full faith in Emmanuel Moseley, and yesterday is exactly why it proved I have my faith in him. 4 tackles, 4th leading tackler on the team, and he had a pick. And not only that, but Sherman 2 tackles, he had a pick. Bosa had a sack. Who else had a sack? Armstead had a sack. K'Wan Williams had a sack, the strip sack he had. Hell of a game by all defense, offense, special teams, you name it. We dominated this game exactly how we needed to. And we're going to the Super Bowl, so I got to give my hats off to the Packers, though. Yes, it really hasn't been I'm not trying to say this to be cocky, but I'm going to be completely honest and straight up with you guys. It really has not been a hard-fought game between the Packers and the 49ers. As for the 49ers, we just dominated them. Last time we beat them by 29, 30 points, and we beat them, today or yesterday by 17 points. So we are just clearly the dominant force versus the Packers, and they just do not withstand a chance. When your quarterback throws 6 balls in a game and you win by 17 points, you know that your team is more dominant than the other. And in that, Garoppolo didn't have to do much because he wasn't asked to do much. Why fix a working running game if it's not broke? That's kind of the quote for this 49ers team. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The running game has been working all season. It hasn't worked as good as it did yesterday. It worked really good against the Carolina Panthers. It worked really good last week when Tevin Coleman had over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think that should be the motto going into Kansas City. Obviously, Garoppolo's not going to have 6 passes in the Super Bowl. That number will change because the Super Bowl I can see being a shootout between Kansas City and San Francisco. But really, I think the Super Bowl is going to come down to which quarterback has the ball more and who can manage the game better. And I think that I'm gonna save my thoughts on the Super Bowl for the preview video, but I think the 49ers have a really good shot at beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But I'm going to be doing a preview video on that, and that's going to be like an in-depth preview, probably like a 10-plus minute video coming up within the next couple weeks. But, yeah, man, I'm going to be covering the Super Bowl on this channel, covering the news up into the Super Bowl on this channel. But until then, us Niners fans, we just got to celebrate because we're going to Miami for Super Bowl 54. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Gotta talk to Kyle or something, man. You know, it's just we were running the hell out of the ball tonight. It was made my life very easy back there. So
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to do all of it for us to win. Oh, George Kittle rocking the Jimmy shirt. But hell of a win, man. I'm gonna continue watching this coverage and catch you guys in the next one. As always, go Niners. See you in Miami.